The tragedy of Macbeth is the haunting tale of a great warrior, Macbeth, who ends up descending into evil and breaking the Elizabethan concept of the chain of being after meeting a trio of witches that fuel his malice with prophecies of a successful future, a future in which he is to end up as the King of Scotland. This play was written none other than the famous William Shakespeare. It is appraised and considered to be one of his most powerful and darkest works, and of course, it is easy to see why. The play has been performed numerous times and has also been adapted into film. In this video, we will analyze the same scene in Rupert Gould's adaptation of Shakespeare's Macbeth, in which Macbeth is played by Patrick Stewart. The part of the story that we will be prying at is the last soliloquy performed by Macbeth himself, after he learns that his wife, Lady Macbeth, has passed away. The director and the actor both have different objectives. The actor is playing Macbeth, who wants to convey a character that creates sympathy within the audience. The director, however, wants to remind the audience that Macbeth has proven himself to be malicious and is still evil nonetheless.
The Queen, my lord, is dead.
Satan, the messenger, emphasizes the word dead, as if saying a final F you to Macbeth, who has quickly gained the reputation of a hated tyrant. However, as you're about to see, Macbeth does not perform the soliloquy in spite as a retort to Satan, and it appears that he does not sound like a tyrant at all when he performs it.
Is dead.
Note the change of lighting, accompanied with the sound of an exploding missile after Macbeth hears the news. This stresses how far Macbeth's scheme has gone and how far he has delved into wickedness. However, the actor turns his head away from the messenger as if in denial, evidently symbolizing how unexpected these news are, and how they allow Macbeth to realize, even if only for a mere second, that he feels melancholic about Lady Macbeth's death, a contrast to the director's choices in sound and lighting.
She should have died hereafter. There would have been a time for such a word.
Freeze! Perfect timing. The lighting once illuminated Macbeth's face, as he said she should have died thereafter, reflecting the proud aura that the director wants to depict of Macbeth with the insensitive sentence, which implies that Queen Macbeth should have died at a better time. But then, the light dims, obscuring his face as he says there would have been a time for such a word, because the director wants to stress that Macbeth holds a narcissistic and overly ambitious point of view. However, before Lady Macbeth comes into the scene, the actor lowers the weapon, a physical cue that illustrates a hint of guilt and remorse, that he is willing to pause the violence to voice his thoughts on Lady Macbeth. Lady Macbeth is also encompassed by white clothes, a director's choice which depicts not only the peace that she has now in death, but possibly also showing that she died a holy woman, and that she did make amends with God like the doctor recommended in Act 5, Scene 1, when she was sleepwalking. The directorial choice of white serves as a strong contrast to Macbeth's dark clothes, which act as a metaphor to say that he lacks innocence, but is in turn full of corruption. The lights again flicker out before Macbeth begins his soliloquy on how life is meaningless. The director wants to darken the area of the shot as a final reminder to the audience to not be drawn in by Macbeth's speech, a reminder that he is not worthy to be king, as he is a dishonorable man.
Tomorrow. And tomorrow. And tomorrow.
Whoa, this is getting super dark. He emphasizes the word and instead of the word tomorrow to suggest a vicious and infinite cycle, expressing the pain of his twisted fate. Lady Macbeth would have died anyways, today, tomorrow, the day after. It wouldn't have made a difference because she was fated to do so. The actor chooses to deliver these lines with a slow tempo and uses subtle facial expressions to not only try to make this scene believable by refusing to be melodramatic, which makes the audience feel concerned for his misfortune.
Creeps in this petty pace from day to day to the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays of lighted fools the way to dusty death.
And all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. This line connects with another one he says later, but it is crucial to notice that the actor makes the choice to look at Lady Macbeth as he says this. He is calling Lady Macbeth a silly fool for following the path which ultimately led to her fall. He is making the character of Macbeth be aware that the immorality that she showed before led to her death.
Out. Out. Brief candle.
Now, I just think it's also really interesting that it makes the analogy of a life being as short as a candle's life, because the last time we saw Lady Macbeth,
unnatural deeds do breed unnatural troubles.
She was holding a light too, as if trying to drive out the darkness or elongate her life, just like a fool.
Life's but a walking shadow.
The director, at this point, has and will continue to show Macbeth's face in dark light. This is again to remind the audience that there's no art to find the man's construction in the face, and to not give their sympathy to Macbeth. The dark face in comparison to the lighted background make Macbeth appear as if he is not a cohesive addition to his surroundings, or if he is out of place, just like he is out of place in the chain of being.
A poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more.
Did you hear that sigh the actor chose to put in after all the stage stuff? He is making the character of Macbeth understand that life seems to be awful and scripted, that fate has turned everything in the wrong direction, like right now.
It is a tale told by an idiot.
Ah, he is calling himself an idiot now too, just that Lady Macbeth was a fool, as he is not looking at her, but beyond. The actor possibly wants to show that he is aware that the immorality that he has shown would possibly lead to his fall as well.
Full of sound and fury, signifying nothing.
Okay, this is the end of his soliloquy. When he says his last line, signifying nothing, he makes a pregnant pause to allow the atmosphere of discomfort to crescendo before he says nothing. He also ceases to express pain with facial gestures, which is the actor coming into the 7th level of tension, entering the catatonic state, that is, to signify extreme distress. His neutral facial expression also comes with the connotation that he has come to terms with the fact that life is meaningless, a choice so strong that, at this point, it wouldn't be surprising that you, as the audience, have most likely sided with Macbeth and shown sympathy for him, instead of giving the reason to the director and his subtle choices. So there you have it. Both the director and actor had contradicting messages. However, this added to the fine line between darkness and goodness that Macbeth is all about. In my next video, I will explain why saying Macbeth in the theatrical arts is such bad luck. Until next time, Paula signing off.